Hello and welcome to the Laidback mat. This is a getting started workshop. It's going to be in 12 parts. We're going to build on each part and just repeat what we did the next day. So it's very progressive, fairly easy, pretty easy really, depending on your body. And what I want you to do is, if you have a mirror nearby, smile, just smile through all the workshop. Look at yourself, and then if your face is like, maybe you're working a little too hard, dear, you should have an easy smile. That's how I can tell my student if they're struggling when they shouldn't. So smile is very important. Also take breaks. Take breaks, because this can be very basic, but maybe for you it's not. It's challenging. It's very challenging, and that's okay. Just respect your body, work with your body. I give you suggestions, what you can do, different choices to pick and choose, and you can always choose to go in child pose. Just sit down, just skip the parts you don't like, or take your rest, because it's important to rest also. So there's no actual break built in. Just take it and just have fun with that. We're all learning or relearning. Maybe it's been a while since you've done some yoga and your body's a little stiff. So this is for you, very basic, very fun. So remember the difference between muscle fatigue and pain. If your muscles are just tired, just breathe into it. Maybe the next breath it's a little harder, then okay, it's time to stop, but you can stay there a little bit. Anything you're not sure, it's pulling, it's stop. Come out of it a little bit, maybe completely, maybe skip the darn thing. You know, you don't want to just like do it because the neighbor can. So remember, it's very important. Take a break, respect your body. Also, have a chair or a sturdy couch or something sturdy, something that you can pull yourself back up. At one point, we will go down. The first classes are standing, and then we are going to come down. So you'll need to come up. So if you have difficulties, and I will also help you with that, I'll give you different ways to come off the floor, but have a chair if nobody's around to help you. So we need props. You don't need any props, but you can use like a bathrobe, sash, or anything like that instead of a strap if you want to extend your feet to your hand, blocks, sturdy blocks. It's all good. So I always encourage props if it's something that works for you, but you can skip them. And remember to have fun. This is to wind down, de-stress. Maybe get a little bit more flexible, especially have a good time, and remember that smile, okay? The Mountain Pose. The Mountain Pose, Tadasana, in the Sanskrit, and if you want to only learn just a couple Sanskrit posture, Tadasana is a little easier to remember than a lot of them. Tadasana, 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 Tadasana. And that's how you remember it, or whichever little song or saying or trick you have, personal tricks you have, and you should have a session sometime just to share all those. That would be fun. But let's go back to our mountain pose. So just look straight at me. Don't look at your feet, and just walk into place. Just walk into place. If you have problem with your balance, you can always have a sturdy chair or couch nearby. And only do what you can. This is pretty much like if you can stand up, you can do Tadasana. So let's stop. Now look down, bring your big toe in just a little bit. We want to do here is line up the outer part of our feet. Now we're going to lift our toes and feel the points. Feel where your foot is making contact with your mat, the grounded. The mountain pose is a very grounded posture. We always go back to it. You're going to do that at every yoga class session. And it's very important. It looks easy, but it's not. Now breathe whatever you need to breathe, but I will cue you certain breath. Remember to keep on breathing after. So let's inhale. Big inhale and exhale through the nose if possible, and lower your toes down and claw at the ground. Now let's take our legs and just press them one into the other. Now keep them pressed like that and engage your core here. See, you're working a lot of muscle and it doesn't look like anything, but you're working your core, your legs are active. And now let's shrug. Shrug your shoulder way up to your ears. Big inhale, and on an exhale, just slowly release your shoulder. Fingertip drum towards the ground. Bring them as away as possible from your ears. This is where we want them a little bit back. So puff off your chest a little bit. This is about where we want our arms or shoulders, if it is comfortable for you. We all had injuries and different things going on with our body. So respect that first always. So right now we're in Mutton Pose, guys, but there's several things we can do with that. Are your legs still engaged? Let's do a few breaths here. Let's inhale, and if you want, you can just bring your arm up very slowly and reaching away from your body with your hands. Reach away like a big stretch all the way up. Then lift them up and exhale, shoulder down. If you can breathe in and out through your nose, awesome. If not, breathe through your mouth, of course. Another big inhale, reach while keeping your shoulder down, and slowly exhale your arms back down. Slow, feel your shoulder. When you get about mid-body here, your hands maybe parallel to your hip, drop your shoulder completely down. Keep breathing until your next cue. Inhale, back up. Reach. This time, place your hands one against the other, palms, like if you're applauding. Yay! And exhale. Press your hands together while you do that. Once your fingertip reach your nose, drop the shoulder all the way down. Continue with your hands until it's centered with your heart, your chest right here. You can press them against your chest or not. You can keep on pressing your hands or not. Another big inhale. Inhale and exhale your hands to your sides. Now, we continue moving. Let's go in a more traditional Tadasana. Right now, our hips are right above our ankle, and I'm going to bring both my feet one against the other. Just bring them touching together in a more traditional form. Now, send your weight forward a little bit, lift your heel, and just send them out maybe like very little, just a little bit. So big toes touching or very close to one another. Heels are kicked out. Same as before, we want to kind of line up the outer part of our feet. If that doesn't work for you, you're going to stand with your feet wherever it doesn't hurt, wherever it's comfortable, as close as possible to what you see, but it doesn't have to be exact. We're all built different. So all our mountain poses are going to be all different, all beautiful. We all have different shape, different history in our bodies. So it's all great. So another big inhale. Inhale up. This time back, exhale your hands only halfway this time. Only halfway. And when your arms are about parallel with the ground, exhale, shoulders down, and inhale your fingertip away from you, Reach, 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 reach. You may wiggle your fingertip. Big inhale and exhale your arms down, relaxing your shoulders. Hello, Nama Chin Chin. Come to do Tadasana with us? Yes. It's good. Little shoulder roll. And we can go a little deeper into that. There's not that much, but as long as your feet, I prefer my ankle under my hip to be a little more lined up with my toes in a little bit, but it's all good. If you just want to be like this is your Tadasana and it doesn't feel right any other way, that is cool too. So your feet, your toe may not want to go in. Don't force. Don't ever force. Do what you can. You don't have to mimic exactly. And just pick and choose what you want out of it. You won't remember every detail, but from being told over and over and over, it sinks in. It's for everybody. We're all like that. Just a little repetition, repetition. In Tadasana, you're going to down pat very fast because it's the start and ends of your sun salutation. Most classes, some class you may start them sitting down or laying down, but often you're standing up at the front of your mat, in the middle of your mat. So this is Mutton Pose, and just keep on practicing while you're standing in line at the store or in the kitchen, just like engage everything and Tadasana away. So we're going to approach standing forward bend, which is just relaxing your body down at the hip. But first we have to start in a Tadasana or Mutton Pose. So feet, I like my ankle right under my hip bone, but you can have your big toes touching. Other part of the feet are parallel, and to accomplish that, I tuck in my big toe just a little bit. Little pigeon toe, but not so much that the edge, you want the edge to stay parallel. Little bend in the knee always. Just a little soft bend here. Shoulder roll up and back. Go slow here, up, 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 and send them back. Let them fall where they want to fall. Here we go. Shoulder roll. Inhale, 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 shrug, 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 exhale, relax your shoulder back. Inhale, arms up, and exhale them into your hips. Now let's find that little fold here. So just bend lightly, send your tush back a little bit. See where it folds here, that little space here that it folds, where your upper legs and your hips are meet. So keep your fingers there. Now, inhale tall, and we're gonna round our back as we do that. Just round your back, shrug your shoulder forward, look at your toes. And just keep going down. You need to bend your knees more, bend them more. And go all the way down. You can release the arms, put them to the opposite elbows. And I like the opposite elbows, so we're not tempted to reach the ground or our feet, because that's not what it's about. This is a marvelous, marvelous stretch here. Your hamstrings are stretching. It's a wonderful stretch, wonderful lengthener. And here, if it's always tight, I suggest you find out why, what's causing it. Because this is a little nice little fix, but it doesn't fix the problem, right? What's causing it? So let's find that out. And very slowly release your arm and just let them go ragdoll. A little ragdoll. Make a little baby circle both ways. Now engage your legs one towards the other.
your roots, grow your roots right out of your feet. And very slowly start inhaling and rounding the back and folding it up, starting at the base, very, very slow. Arms are still dangled. And you want your shoulders, then your neck, and then your head to go up. So let's come up, come up, come up. If you have a chair and you need something next to you, that's always good. I always say, always have a sturdy chair next to you, or a couch or something that you can always get hold of, or the wall. So let's do that again. I'm gonna face you. So find your Tadasana, your Mutton Pose. We're gonna do our forward standing bend. In Sanskrit is Uttanasana. It's a wonderful stretch again. It relieves stress and it's super, super relaxing. And also while your head is down, it gives you a different perspective. So if things are like going crazy in your head, it's always a nice one to do. So let's do our mountain. Little shoulder roll, why not? Let's do that again. Feels good, let them relax. Soft bend in the knees, legs are engaged, right? Find a little crease here, little rocking motion. Find a little crease where it's folding. Inhale tall and exhale. Start folding and then round your back. Round, 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 round. Look down, go all the way down. Exhale. You can release the arms or hands on elbows. Now let's bend one knee just a little more than the other. And very, very slowly push your weight into your opposite foot and look in the back of that foot, of the opposite foot. Inhale, come back center. Legs are semi-straight. Now let's bend the other one a little more and just look slightly at the opposite. So you want that twist really to originate from the lower back, and then your shoulder and your head's gonna go and look. And let's inhale the same way we did. Engage your legs towards one another and very slowly come back up. Arms are ragdoll here. And just shoulders and the head. Here we go. Big inhale up. And let's do this again. Maybe we want to try a little balance challenge and have our big toes touching on our heels kicked out a little bit in a more traditional mountain pose. Everything's relaxed. Don't forget if you need a chair or a block. Should bring one right here. Let's put your block here. If your hands don't reach the ground or you want to reach the ground for balance, you don't need to reach the ground. I really like putting my hands on my elbows, so my attention isn't that I have to place my hands flat there. No, that's not what we want here. So, big inhale, maybe raise the arms up, and at the fold here, send your bum back just a little bit around your back down. Grab your block, big sturdy books, heavy box, and just relax, exhale. Now you need to add more bend in your knees. Go ahead, make it a little ball if it feels good. Now you're holding your block. Maybe you're not, you don't want the block, that's all good. You can get a little deeper holding your elbows. You really want to play? I'm not playing. Oh, well, I am, but I'm not doing doggy plays right now. Yes. And let's come back up, around your lower back, round, round, round up. Legs are engaged. Coming back up. And back in our mountain pose, Tadasana. And one more time, bring your block with you if you want. Inhale up. And exhale, forward fold. Now just dangle here for a while. Let your head be very, very relaxed. Maybe a little yes, no, maybe. You have a band in your knees. You don't want to lock your knees here. Or ever, really. Very relaxed. Just hang there. Maybe place your arms behind your legs. Anywhere you want, really. It's all nice. Except your knee. We don't touch them things. Okay, you want to come back up? This time, bend the knee a little bit and let's just shift back and forth. Bend one knee, lift the opposite shoulder and just come back with just a little more movement in the upper body and hips following. Here we are, little shoulder rolls. Don't forget to smile. Big inhale and exhale. Standing half forward bend. It's a flat back pose. We're going to incorporate that. We're going to do our Mutton Pose, our forward fold, and our standing half forward bend. We're just going to raise the back a little bit, keep it flat. So let's start with our Tadasana. Get yourself into your favorite Tadasana. Here we go. Shoulder rolls just because it feels good. Send them back like that and let them drop on their own. Here we go. Maybe the other side too, the other way if it feels good to you. Big inhale, option to send your fingertip up for the sky. Reach, exhale, just the shoulder, release the neck. Big inhale, keeping your shoulder down, reach through your fingertip, tuck in your little belly, and exhale your arms down slowly, halfway. Release the shoulder, let them drop. Slow exhale and just keep breathing regular in between the cueing breath. Or if you need an extra breath coming down, that's your breath. Add extra one. We all have different lung capacity. Ex-smoker here, so I can relate. Okay, so we're in our Mutton Pose. Now I'm going to turn a little bit to the side so you can see a little better what's going on out back here. So we're in our Mutton Pose again. Big inhale up. Exhale from the hip. Hinge back, round your back. Always round before straightening. Round your back, release your arm. Maybe you want it at the opposite elbow. Remember to keep a soft band in the knee, maybe a big band, as much as you need. And while we're down there and talking about bending our knee, let's bend them as much until our chest touch our thighs. And just look at both sides, look around you. Send your bum back a little bit and then up. Inhale that bum up, relax. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is relaxed. And now let's take our fingers and bring them under the knees or above the knee. We're going to tuck in the elbow close to our body and just like send the elbow away. So it releases the shoulders away from our ears. And inhale into a flat back. And when you're on your flat back, send your bum back a little bit and look straight down. Don't look ahead, especially if you've got neck problem. Don't look in the front of you here. Just look straight down and on an exhale, just release down. Press into your feet, engage your legs muscle, one towards the other, and inhale back up. So, inhale. Big inhale up, exhale from the hip. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Maybe your hands, see where it fits the best. If you have a mirror, you can see if your back is flat. Exhale, back down. Inhale, back up. And exhale your hands, palms together towards your heart. Now with your flat back, you can also use blocks to go under your hands. So let's grab our blocks or a sturdy book or sturdy box. Something solid here. Can be a chair too, a little chair. That works fantastic. Inhale, exhale. Let's go just in our ragdoll here. Plant your blocks. Place your hands on your block. Inhale, flat back. You may want to go on your fingertip maybe not. You want to support yourself. And exhale down. Bend the knee a little bit. And inhale back up. The chair is fantastic too. If you have issues coming up, you can use the chair for everything. It works great. So there's your flat back pose, standing half forward bend. It's also called standing forward fold, half forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana. Ardha means half, and you got your Uttanasana, and half Uttanasana. Et voila! You gonna practice with us, Chin Chin? You gonna practice with us? So let's talk about spinal twist. Easy, gentle spinal twist. That's not only just a great distressor, but it also feels so good and it's so healthy for your back muscle and your spine. So note that if you are pregnant or if you have back injury, check with your doctor because that's not the best thing to do in those cases. But for anything, if you have any medical issues, always check with your doctors. You know that, right? You always see that little disclaimer in the front of all your exercise videos, and it's for you. It's a reminder for you to check first. Check. It's being mindful in a way. So use a sturdy chair or a sofa. You can do flat back, putting your hand on your chair, but also to get off the floor because we are going to go down today. So let's inhale our arms up. Exhale the shoulder. Inhale just the arm. Neck is relaxed. And exhale, arms down. Shoulder down. Shrug, inhale, shrug, exhale, send that back. Give some nice shoulder roll. Take your time. Anything that's needs a little more love here, just stay there a little longer. Nice little shoulder rolls. You can go both sides if you wish. For me, it feels better backward, but balancing it a little. Here we go. So nice mountain pose. We start a lot of things in mountain pose and yoga. So let's go in mountain pose, lining up the outer part of your feet by turning in the big toe just a little bit. Now raise your toes up and feel where your foot is touching the mat. All the corners of your feet touching the mat. Nice inhale, exhale, claw with your toes to the mat and engage your legs towards each other. Nice mountain pose, shoulder are up and back, let them fall where they want to fall. And tighten your core, tuck in your little belly here, just suck that in, Keep that sucked in as much as you can throughout the exercise. It not only gives a nice toning to the front, but it also protects your back. So one more big inhale. Let's exhale down, folding at the hip. We're in forward fold here. Nice little ragdoll. Arms are loose. Neck, you can go yes, no, maybe. Hands can go as an option to the opposite elbow to weight yourself down a little more, but make sure you keep a band in your knee. A little band, maybe a big one, big is fine, but a little band in your knees. Now let's place our hand above or below the knees and just inhale your elbows towards your body and exhale, and then just keep breathing here. Just reach your elbow away from your neck and inhale, pushing your feet and flat back, looking straight down as if there was a fish, like a big beautiful goldfish right in the front of your toes. So look straight at it. Nice inhale, grow like it's a string attached in the middle of the top of your head, pulling forward. And exhale, soften, bend your knee, bend them a lot here. Even like you can grab behind them, give your legs a nice hug. And pushing your feet, engage your leg, inhale up, arm up, and exhale back to the side. Now again, this time we're going to go down all the way. So make sure you got the wall, the sofa, the chair, somebody else is there if you do have difficulties coming back up. We all have one of those days. I do too. It's like some days I can just poof, up. And other days a little help is good. And there's no shame in using props. On the contrary, it's self-love. You want what's good for you, right? Inhale, fingertip up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Elbows are in. Look straight down. Exhale, relax. Bend your knee until you can grab the floor. Maybe lift the heel and come nose up. Now place your hand a little behind you and find your way down. Now just sit. Whatever's comfortable for you, as long as your both sit bones are into the mat. So a little crisscross, and you can always bring your feet a little further. They can be crossed at the ankle. Whatever works for you that is comfortable. And this does not always work. I spent last year in pain being like that. So I would just put my leg to the side. You saw me a lot in the videos last year with my legs like this. I had some issue with a stretched tendon in there, and it's fine now, but make yourself comfortable and just respect your alignment and keep your back straight if your back allows. So here we are, sit bones are in, back is straight, and if it's not, bring your feet forward. Let's bring one arm behind us. Just grab the floor with your fingertip or maybe the flat of your hand. Now your twist originates from your lower back. You know, like when we fold at the hip, we're going to twist at the hip, at the lower back, and then middle back, upper back, and your head is going to follow last. So just look at me right now. Inhale tall and just move your hip to the side. And then the shoulders, the head looks to the side. And maybe the hand in the back wants to move a little further away, and that's okay. You inhale by reaching up through the middle of your head, like that string, somebody's pulling on that string. And on your exhale, maybe see what's a little further back if it's comfortable. Exhale, center. Inhale tall, exhale. Your arm first, your hip, look at me. And now start turning your spine and look back. Relax your shoulders, your back shoulder. This is a feel-good stretch, so if you're not sure or it's like weird, come out of it before you hurt yourself. And center, other side. Here we go. Center, and other side. Center. So just very gentle. And now let's find our back. Let's go on our back. I'm making it easy. There's all kind of back twists, but keep your tummy tight here. Come back down. Use your arm if you need to, or your chair. Come to your back. Bring your heel a little bit closer to your knees. Nice inhale, and now reach with your fingertip. Get your shoulders away from your ears, making room from your head. So you can move your head in a no, no, no. I'm not coming off that mat. It feels nice, right? Big inhale, exhale your knees to one side. No, they don't have to touch the ground at all, but both shoulders should be into the mat. So if your opposite shoulder lifted, just bring your leg to the center before you pin it. It lifts because you went too far, so you don't want to force it down. So now keep your shoulders down. Now try the other side. And again, if your shoulder blade, the opposite shoulder lifts up, come up and put your knees first, and then pin it. And let's just move this side to side. You don't have to hold your shoulders. It's just a reminder to keep them down. Your arms can be to your side. Nice little lower back twist here. And we're going to engage a little more of the body than that. So next time your knees fall to one side, leave them there. And look a little bit to the opposite side. And maybe take that arm and touch your shoulder or the side of your mat. Or reach away. Inhale, center. And exhale. And center. Et voila!
Let's incorporate cats and cows. First, we're going to start in the Mountain Pose, Tadasana. Let's find our Tadasana. Just walk into place. Bring your big toes in. Nice inhale up, sending your fingertips to the sky. Keep your hands up. Exhale your shoulder down. Next inhale, reach for the sky, keeping the shoulders down. And exhale halfway. Inhale, reach. Let's get a little length here. Keep your arm like that and exhale just your shoulder and continue with the arms. Now keep breathing in between the cue breath. You need extra breath. Keep breathing. And if it's too much, the breath, I think the cue breath is too much, just breathe. Big inhale up, and this time, exhale the arm halfway, shoulders, and then just bring your fingers to your hip. And just see where it bends here, where the legs and your hips are joined together. Just put your arms there, your hands there. And just fold a little bit. See where it's folding? Just keep your back fairly straight here. Just a little back and forth movement. Okay. Now, let's find our anchors through our feet. Engage your legs together. Big inhale. And exhale. From the hips, come all the way down or partially down. Round your back here. You can have your arms in ragdoll, your head is ragdoll. Maybe your hands on the opposite elbows. Little bend in the knees. Just breathe through it. Make a little movement with your head. Make sure it's relaxed. And then your hand above or below the knee. Elbows in. Inhale, flat back, look straight down. Big inhale. Grow a little length through your head and exhale. Soften, bend your knee. Inhale, back up. Exhale the arms to the side, turning the hip, but still look at me and then turn shoulder, your head. Inhale, back up, other side. Make sure your head turned last. Inhale, hip turns. Shoulders and your head. Pretend you're holding a little beach ball here. Nice little twist. There's all kinds of twists we can do for our spine. This is the twist that I am sharing with you with this session here. This little sequence twist.
Inhale, back up, keep your arms up. Reach, 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 exhale. Go in forward fold. Bend your knees, bend your knees. Reach for the ground. Have a chair, of course, or a couch, something sturdy to come back up. And let's go to our ends and knees. We're going to go in chin chin, the little dog, and cats, and cows. So the dog pose is when the dog comes, unless we're doing downward dog. But right now we're just doing the cats and cow unless a dog happened to walk by. So place your wrists under your shoulder, line that up, and your knees under your hips. That's if your body allows the movement. And here, your peace love sign right between your fingers, that's your middle of your hand. So you want your hand that looks a little tilted out. Just a little bit, and turn your inner elbow towards one another. There. Line yourself nicely. And let's take a big inhale and just sink down. Sink your chest down out of your shoulders. Your tailbone's coming up. Tuck up your bum. Shoulders, belly is heavy. Maybe look up a little bit if your neck allows. And on the exhale, round your back. Round. Push through your hands here. Push through your hands. Neck is relaxed. Keep breathing. And on your next exhale, come down to your cow. And on the next inhale into your cow and exhale into your cat. So go with your own breath. As you inhale, get in your cow. Belly is heavy towards the ground. And exhale, shrink that up. And let's shift the hips side to side if it feels good to you. If not, we stop. We don't do anything that we're not sure or don't feel good here. And get down to your knees or in a seated cross-seated position with cross legs. Cross-legs position, you can sit on your heels if that feels fine. You can tuck your toes, have your heels up. You can be also like this, or tuck your toes for a nice little stretch here. See how that feels. So pick one that is comfortable for you. And this is how we would end the class after our meditation, after laying down in corpse pose, Savasana, which we're getting to. So a little shoulder roll while we're down here. And maybe like bringing one end to the opposite knee and looking back nicely. And other side. Exhale. Remember, your head turns last. And back to center. Big inhale up. And exhale your hands down. Child pose. When you need a little rest, you want to add this posture anytime during a class or during your own practice. When you need a little rest, you're tired, you need a break, and it's so relaxing. You can do that by itself during the day too if it feels great on the back. So anytime that you need that break, and often it is offered in the class as a pose itself. Something leads to that. You will be going child pose. So, but do it on your own. You will see other student that's going down in child pose when they're not asked to, and it is expected. It's your break whenever you need it. So, all kind of ways to do that. Have a chair near you if you have difficulty getting back up. You can have your knees together. You can just spread them to allow a little more room for your body, or to get a little deeper, or it feels better on your back that way. So try a different way. Right now my big toes are touching. They don't have to, as long as they're towards each other. Arms can be overhead or to the back. You can have a little pillow that you make with your fist. So lean forward here, just go down slowly. Make little pillows, and then set your, like a unicorn horn on it with your fist, and then put your forehead on it. And just rest everything, maybe turning your head side to side, just making sure it's relaxed here. If you want, you can let your forehead touch the ground. Arms can be overhead. You can reach away with your fingertip as you inhale, exhaling your arms down. They can be behind you, just resting your bicep on your thighs. It's whatever is comfortable for you, unless something else is suggested, but you always modify according to your own body. So let's do our little sequence and add that to it. So let's come off the ground. So whichever way works for you. If you need your chair, you can. You can put your foot, you can jump up if you may already be up. So it's one foot, the other. And then you're on forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale down. Big inhale, press in your feet. Or if that doesn't work for you, just come by unrolling your spine a little bit at a time, which feels so delightful anyway. So let's start a little sequence here, a little routine. Find your mountain pose with your feet, your Tadasana. And we'll verify it after. Big toe in a little bit. Engage your feet, your legs. Inhale, fingertip up. Keep your arm up. Exhale, shoulders down. Remember to keep on breathing when I'm talking, or if you need extra breath. On an inhale, bring your fingertip up. And slowly exhale your arms. Down just halfway. Slow, slow, slow. And stop. Inhale. Add a little length. Bring your fingertip away from you. And then exhale your shoulder down and your arms. Slow, slow. So your shoulder and then your arms. Again. Inhale, all the arms all the way up. And exhale, we're going in forward fold. So at your hip, fold in half or part way. And if this is how you fold, and that's as far as it goes, or you need to hold the sofa, that's your forward fold. It's still a forward fold, right? We go with our own range of motion, not the neighbors, you know. So let's just hang here and ragdoll. So everything is relaxed here. Arms, you can make little circle with your arm, with your forehead. Just see, very small little, very relaxed. Now place your hand above or below the knees. Tuck in your elbows. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, relax. Stay this way. Now on your inhale, grow through your crown of your head and bring your elbows away from you. Feel the nice stretch here. And on your exhale, when you're ready, just slowly come back down into your ragdoll. Remember, you can always have your hands on your elbow. And inhale, press in your feet. Let's come back up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, arms folding down. Diving with your beak like a bird coming down. Now this time bend your knee, and reach for the ground with your hands. And if you're afraid to fall forward, bring your hands forward a little bit or hold on to that couch. Now make a little ball with your back, so look towards your toes, your heels, wherever your neck is comfortable. Like a little frog. If you want a little balance, lift one hand and just like give out your knees a hug, and you may want to see if you can do both hands. Or keep your hands down, it's all good. You're like really, really like doing good to your back here. So enjoy your stretch. And when you're ready, just lift your shoulder up. Bring one knee down and then the other one. So we're going to do our cats and cow. So let's exhale all the air out and round your back, pressing your hand, and inhale, belly button towards the mat. Relax your upper chest, also sink between your shoulders, and with your own breath, do a few of those. Inhaling, belly button down, and exhaling, rounding your back. Now let's come to a still tabletop. So if there was like a teacup with tea in it on top of your back, it wouldn't flip on the ground. And maybe there's a little saucer under it to help. I don't know, but that's all. It's all good. It's all good. Let's wag our tail side to side. Go slow. Go slow, just relax a little bit here. Maybe a little circle if that's fun with you. Remember here, you can do fist. If your wrists are sensitive, you can come to your elbows. So feel free to vary here and do what works with your body. Come to a still. Now you can stay like this and just turn your shoulders to the side. Or take one hand and thread the needle, bringing your hand through between your arm and your leg. And go down as much as you're comfortable. If it doesn't feel right, just come right up a little bit or don't do it. So you can come down as low as it's comfy for you. And with your each inhale, you can reach with your fingertip as you press and open with your bottom arm, with the arm that's closer to you. Exhales, you just relax your body. And when you're ready, inhale, press in your hand, and come back to your fore and wag your tail a little more. Maybe doing baby circle with your nose, making sure your neck stays relaxed and you're not tensing there. Now let's do the other side. So you don't have to be identical. If that was too challenging before, put your elbow down and go part way. You can even rest the side of your head on your hand if you want. So it just feels good. Now you can add a very micro shake your tail to this very, very nicely side to side, or move around and find where it feels nice. Maybe rounding your lower back a little bit. And when you're ready, inhale back to your fours. And let's press in your hands. Bring your bum towards your heel. And let's go in child pose. So I'm going to keep my knees together for this, but feel free to experiment with your knees apart or if that's what feels better for you. So make your little unicorn if you want. And just put your hand on it. Or bring it to the ground, whatever works for you. You can have your hands just flat on top of the other. Rest, make a pillow of some sort for your head. Even if you have it directly on your mat, just around, put your hands around, just relax. And just stay there for a couple breaths here. Anything that doesn't feel right, move around a little bit. Your arms don't have to be like that. It's just a suggestion. Now press your hands. Lift up a little bit. Look side to side. Make sure your neck is relaxed. Now on an exhale, come back down and inhale your fingertip away from you and just rest like this a little. Now feel free to change your stand. I think I want my knees apart here. I want a little more. Oh yeah. So do what works for you. Exhale your arms so that your elbows are touching the ground if possible, so you're really relaxed. Or feel free to bring your hands around you. Maybe they're touching your heels, holding your heels, or just relaxing to the sides of your knees. And when ready, bring your hands near your ears and just press into them and inhale back up. And let's bring our hands forward here, back in our cat-cows. Exhaling, rounding the back. Inhaling, belly button towards the ground. Exhaling, come back up. And inhaling up. Now let's bring one foot up. If that's how one you want to come up this way. Hands framing the foot. Press if you have to strengthen the foot or use help. Now you're in forward fold. And just unfold your spine through from the bottom, one vertebrae at a time. Coming back up in our mountain pose. See, my face was already there, so I checked my feet. I said, okay, they're pretty much in mountain and Tadasana, so I left them like that. Otherwise, of course, we're moving, so things get moved around. We just move it back if we want. So that's for your child pose. So make sure that you add your child pose anytime during, if you want to stay in child pose, stay in child pose. As long as you need, as often as you need. This is your own break. It's your yoga, even in a group class. Never be embarrassed about going in child pose. We all do that. It's normal. It's loving yourself. It's knowing that, okay, I need a break right now. And it feels so good anyway, right? Down dog. What a nice fun pose. And they all look different. You look in a class full of down dog. Every posture is completely different because it represents the shape of your own unique body. So it's simply beautiful. And there's so many things we can do with it, variation to make it comfortable for everyone, and it benefits everyone. So let's go a little bit, we're going to do our routine, repeat our routine, and include this down dog. It's part of the sun salutation also. So it's one of the pieces to get to your salutations. So let's start with our feet in mountain pose. Inhale, fingertip up. Exhale, shoulder down. Inhale, fingertip towards the roof, the sky. Exhale, bend at the hip. And move your hand above or below the knees. Flat back, look straight down in your fish pond. Inhale, grow through the head. Exhale, relax, bend your knees, and get into your fours. Inhale, bring your belly button towards the mat. And on your next, or whichever exhale, Bring your back up like there's a string pulling in the middle of your spine. It's pulling you up and going with your own breath. A couple of those. Maybe moving the hip, rounding the lower back. Whatever feels good, add some little movement here. Now bring your hands forward. The nook of your inner arm towards one another. Tuck your toes. And press in your hand and start lifting your knees. See how that works for you. Neck is very relaxed here. Then bring your bum up and press in your hand, pressing your bum away from you. So it doesn't have to look, it's not going to look anyway like this because this is my own body here, my own injuries, whatever. But I want everybody to have a soft band in the knee or a big band. But some sort of a band. Don't make your leg like stiff. So keep your joint with a little flexibility in it. The same with your arms. Neck is very relaxed here, so don't tense. Then exhale. Bring your weight a little bit forward. Drop the knees. Bring your hands towards your knees. And let's go in child pose. We're right there, right? Now I'm going to put my head I'm looking at the camera right now, but I think I probably would go that way on my own. And I'm going to bring my hand towards each other on my lower back. I'm just interlacing my fingertip, resting my hands, the side of my thumb, towards my sacrum, and then just letting my elbows getting heavy on their own. Even my fingertips, like they just want to relax and press into your knees. Look forward. Big inhale, fingertip overhead. Exhale, let that add a little twist while we're there. Remember, if your knees are tender, put that rolled up towel. So your hand, opposite hand to the opposite leg. And just open up like, hello. Gently, gently. Don't go further than your body wants to. Only where it feels good. When it no longer feels good, come back to where it was. And big inhale, fingertip up, exhale. Let's go on the other side here. Back is straight, belly button is pulling toward the spine. Maybe you want to look towards the back of your shoulder, wherever it's comfy for your neck, or maybe away. Bring your hands back in your forearms. Bring your hands forward. Tuck your toes. Press in your hands, down dog. Now let's walk that dog. My toes are not really moving from the ground, but my heels are pedaling. So pedal, pedal. So adjust your hands where it's comfy. Careful not to stare at your toes and strain your neck. So maybe you want to bring your nose more towards the middle of your back. Is your core tight? Are you tucking that little belly here? And let's stay just like that. Big inhale, and as you exhale, start walking towards your hands. Walk towards your hands. Exhale again. Hopefully you inhaled before. And press in your feet and let's come back up. See another way to come back up from the floor. Exhale, your hands back down. So that's for adding our down dog to our little routine here. So we can keep on adding pieces, going back on the video and doing just the part that work for you, or you can keep going. Big inhale up, exhale, fingertip down, relax the back, inhale, arms back up, hands together, exhaling, hands, And shoulders, hands going towards the heart. And when we end the class, we say, Namaste. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Chin chin. Let's have fun. Let's learn Crescent, Lunge, and Warrior One. And it's almost the same thing, but the back leg is a little bit different. Other than that, they are so similar. I figure I'd teach both of them at the same time. The Warrior series are fun, like lots of fun, especially when you start flowing them. And Warrior One is very nice too. Remember, if you want to substitute it for a lunge with your other knee down on a pillow, that's all good. Or hold into the couch or a chair. So as always make sure you have a couch or something to climb back up. If you have issues coming back, up or down, then you need a little prop to help you. I use blocks, I use all kinds of things all the time. Talking about blocks, if you have some, it's a good time to use them. You don't need any, but it's always good to have nearby. So that, a strap even, something. You can have them nearby. It's not necessary for this class. Well, we may grab them, and they're there to help you. So let's get in our Mutton Pose. Big inhale up. Exhale, fold at the hip. Head is down. Relax the head, shoulders. Hands can be on the opposite elbow. And remember to keep that soft bend in the knees, or a lot of it. And this is not how low you can get, but just to get your back to stretch just nicely. No pain, just nicely. Now, hands above or below the knees, elbows in, flat back. Big inhale, get long. Exhale, relax the head, bend the knees, push in your feet, and inhale back up. Exhale your hands down. To your heart, you can press if you want. Relax the shoulders a little bit, relax the elbows. We don't want to be like so stiff here. Just relax everything and just enjoy and have fun. So let's slow down a little bit. I'm going to move, so because you move to maybe the middle of your mat or the front of it or the back. But there are two ways to get into the warrior. You can move forward or move backward. So I'm going to take a leg and we're going to reverse that, so don't worry. So any leg, just move it forward and move it until your knee is right above your ankle. So that part is important, that alignment. And also to keep the knee, you want that directly above. You don't want your knee falling in. So you want to keep on pressing your knee out just so slightly that you remember not to fall in, but you want it above the ankle. Now we're going to back that leg. It's a little closed. We're going to back it a little bit. Now, are you holding on to something here? So always check that knee. That's important. Make sure that's good. The back leg, you back it as far as it's comfortable. You can always inch back. If it's too much, come back in. Usually people don't spread as wide as they could, as their body can comfortably, and they shorten themselves. So go look, go see. And if it's pulling or anything and it's too much, just come back. You don't want that. You don't want no pain, of course. But try to back your foot a little more. Now I've got my foot like a little pigeon, like my foot is folded in, pushing in, and my leg is fairly straight with a little micro bend in the knee. If you need to bend your knee a lot, go ahead. It's always fine. So always check that front leg. And maybe your stand is too big, then come back. Just adjust yourself where it's comfy. Your heel, if you made a straight line, ideally would fall in the middle of your foot. But we all have issues and build different, so make it as close as you can to the center, about. And just start turning your hips towards your front legs. Just turn your hip. You may want to adjust your foot, send your heel back a little more. Just come as straight as you can towards your front leg. And if you're ready and you want, you may be holding on to the wall, and that's great, always great. Or a chair, you're holding on to something. See if you want to let go one arm and just bring it up overhead. And see if the other one will follow. If not, catch back to whatever you were holding. Look straight ahead. Try not to look up too much. You don't want to swing your head back too far. And inhale the fingertip up, up, up. Exhale your shoulder as you tuck in your lower belly. And just curve your back just so slightly. Very small here. And exhale the arms down. Keep breathing in between. Now we're going to make it easy. We're going to heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. And just bring the other leg back to where we started. We're just going to repeat that the other way. So I got this leg forward. Now I'm going to use my other one. And I'm touching it because I'm turning that way. I'm always facing you. I don't like, very, very rarely I have to turn my back. And I like looking at my student, even if it's the camera, because I picture you all on your mat when I teach. And I do. And I'm talking directly to students because I know you will be watching. So I'm keeping my hand on my leg because I want to face you. I want to look at your face, see if you're smiling, if you're grimacing, if it's too much, you're forcing too much. Just relax, come out of it a little bit. I cannot see you, of course, but a bit. Now my hand is there again. I think I said it a bunch of times. So that when I remember that it's this one I need to move forward, just because I turn myself around. The other leg, if you want a short stand, that is fine, But again, try to hold on to something if you need to. Try to bring it back a little bit. You don't have to be super low onto the ground. That's something else. And just turn your hips. Nice twist, very slowly. Adjust your back foot. Hold on to something if you need to. Remember your knee above your ankle. And send it out just a little bit. Not so it's really flipping out, but that it stays straight. And inhale, fingertip up. Maybe you want to bring your gaze, if you're in a room between the wall and the ceiling, maybe a little bit towards, a little couple inch into the ceilings, depending how tall your walls are. And exhale your arms. Now this time we're going to step forward, so we're going to end up at the edge of our mat instead of the middle. We're going to turn ourselves around so we got all that land here, all that land. Now let's make that big step, and if you need to find your way there, you find your way there, that is fine. And remember, you can always hold on to the wall or something and make a big step forward. Nice big step, adjust it, make it comfy. Whoops, see, that's nice, huh? And I'm leaving that in the video. I mean, it's easy to cut that stuff. But anybody, even the best yogini, you're going to lose your balance. It's human. You don't know. You skip breakfast, anything can happen. And I hope you didn't skip your breakfast, but knee above the ankle. Other foot, make your line from your heel for your warrior one. Toes in a little bit. Wall is there. Yes, I'm unbalanced right now. Tuck in your belly. You don't want to just tuck in your belly here. Turn your hip forward. Adjust your foot a little bit in the back, maybe the front too. If you really have your balance, really have an issue today, just take your front leg and move it out a little bit. It's going to give you a wider stand. And if that's plenty of balance for you that way, that is fine. So inhale, finger up, finger up. You can have them on your hips or still on the chair. That's your choice. It's always your choice. Inhale, exhale. Move a little bit forward and send your back foot forward. Remember which leg it was? Back leg. Let's get right in it right now. Warrior one. Okay. Now stay exactly like you are and take your back heel, lift it off the ground and turn your foot so that it is straight but the heel is up. Bend the leg a little bit here. Now you're in your Crescent Lunge, and that's the only difference between your Warrior One or about and your Crescent Lunge, but that's pretty much it. You want to take your back thigh, you can do that in the Warrior as well, and set it up a little bit and if it's too much to handle right now, you can, somebody will remind you to do that at one point, and you'll stick it. We can't remember every detail. And same thing, you can bring your hands and then sink it a little bit. The Crescent, I like sinking my hip a little lower. My heel's not touching the ground, but it's going towards it. This is awesome for the sciatica if you've got like issues here. Now, open your fingertip and just like draw from the fingertip all the way down to your shoulder sockets here. Neck is relaxed, make a little movement. Start looking down just a little bit, see if your head was sand back too much. Now we're coming forward, just big inhale, forward. Exhale, other foot goes back. We're in Crescent Lunge. If it's too much for you, just go back in the Warrior One. That's always a nice option. And again, just turn your heel so your foot is straight, but your heel is off the ground. And sink lower a little bit. Same principle, same alignment principle here. Your knee right above your ankle. And if you want, tight tummy all the time, right? Send your big thigh back a little bit, your back thigh back. Inhale your fingertip up. And keep them open. They don't have to be creepy open, but just open a little bit. And inhale, inhale, inhale. Through fingertip, exhale. Lower your shoulders, belly is tight. Neck is super relaxed. And exhale, lower the arm. And inhale, bring your foot forward. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? I like doing the warriors. I like with the Warrior 1, 2, and 3, you can do a fun flow and that little side angle and a lot of fun. And we're working on that. We're building up to all those fun flow, but every posture has its own fun, its own delight, its own pro. But just be careful with your body. Side angle, wonderful, wonderful, fun posture. Feel good. You adjust it. You crank it slowly, exactly where it feels just right. You think you went too far, just move it back a little. And if like this, like you can't figure it out, it's like something else, just go in your child pose. Or just do part of the pose. As long as everything is nicely as aligned as your body allows. So for this, you can always have the option to grab your blocks here. Again, it is an option, it's to bring the floor to you. So I would put them about here. We're going to do our side angle, or whichever way you're doing, you're going to do your side angle. So let's take a nice wide stand. A little more. Kick out your heel a little bit. If it's a little too much, if you're feeling like right your inner thigh, like that rubber band's gonna pop, come back in a little bit. So adjust it so that it's a good width, but it feels fine. And while we're like that, before we keep going, let's utilize the posture. Inhale our fingertip up and do a forward bend this way. So kick back your butt a little bit, tighten your belly, inch down from the hip. And here, if your blocks is nearby, you can hold on to your block. Or maybe you want your hand on your waist and just go halfway. It's all good. It's all good. Now bring your big toe like a little in, just a little bit, if it feels comfortable. Relax the neck here. Relax the neck. Hello, naman chin. Hello. Now bend one knee and look at the other foot, at the opposite foot. Press into that where you got your bent knee. Just press in the foot and just try it the other side. Now for me, it feels good in my lower back. It's very, you go gentle with yourself. If it does not feel good, what do? We stop, or we readjust, or we skip. Relax your neck. Nice little flow here, getting everything moving. And stop at center. Just relax. Maybe bring your hands in the back of your legs so you're not tempted to try to like, oh, I need to reach the ground. No, you don't. That's not what you want. If your body allows, you may even want to rest your head on that block. Nice little soft bend in the knees. Engage your leg one towards another. Little belly check here. Make sure it's tight. And very slowly come back up. Neck always last. Engage your leg. Like squeeze them one towards the other. Little shoulder roll. Now, lift your front heel. Turn it towards your other foot. And here you have a choice. You can, of course you have to be comfortable with it, but you want your heel about in the middle of your arch. And if you need more balance, your front foot, just bring it out. Give it a little space. Make it more wide if you need to. So let's adjust yourself. You've got a wall, a couch, a sturdy chair. Hold on to it if it helps. And let's just go in a choice of Crescent Lounge or Warrior One. Just turn your hip. See if this is good enough for you to stay in the Warrior One. Now bring your knee until it's right above the ankle. And it can be back a little bit or a little bit forward as long as it doesn't pass the toe, the big toe. So if it's like that, that's you're still nervous about it, that's cool. Or this hurts for some reason, you know your body more than I do. So try to line up the knee above the ankle, but with a little range of room here. And then the back leg, kick your heel out a little bit. See? We all need a wall. And that's your Warrior One, straightening your hips as forwards-ish as possible. Shoulders, belly tucks in. Maybe raise your arm. Now if you prefer a crescent, lift your heel and just turn your heel out so that your feet are parallel with one another. Lift the thigh. Lift your thigh. Still keep a little softness in the knee. Maybe looking up a little bit. Exhale. Let's do the other side now. We'll come back. I know which side we've kept our blocks. Mine moved. I think they're about where they should. Then just turn yourself around again. Here we go. Just starting things. Same here. Pick your favorite. Whatever you feel. Doesn't have to be the same as you did on the other side. Just pick something and then sink a little bit. Like there's a string from your head all the way way down, and then it's pulling you down a little bit. Here, just a little. Sink in. Arms too much, always put them on your hip. I mean, come on. You know? Just enjoy for a little while. You can play with your knees, see where it's comfortable. Just again, make sure it does not pass your big toe, and that's all you have to worry about. And let's go back in center. Another little shoulder roll if it feels good to you. Always add little in between. Take your time and whatever feels good, like put that in between all your postures, you know. So let's go back our feet like in warrior. So so it's comfortable. Give it a nice wide stand. Like bring your back foot back and see if it may help with the balance if you're closer to the ground. See if it's comfortable, if it's good. And now grab a block and just put it inside your leg. About like with your right on the side of your leg. And then like maybe bring your hands to your hip and just go bring your shoulder and your elbow turn towards me. And then line that up with your bottom leg, if you can, you know. And then bring your elbow towards your knee. Don't go all the way. Once it's about as far as you want to go right now, bring your hand down. And then look up a little bit. You need your chair, you're feeling dizzy. You don't have to look up. You can look straight at me. You can pick a speck in the wall, on the floor, on the ceiling if that's where you want to, and focus on it. It helps with the balance. I know I have no balance. My balance, and it's not I don't practice it, it's just, I can only imagine if I didn't do balance exercise, it'd be even worse. Now, if you want, you can bring one end up. And then feel the nice stretch here, right in the hip all the way up to your midline. I wish the camera was on the other side, on the other window. There is this gorgeous, gorgeous red belly woodpecker inside eating the suet. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. So try to line up your arm. I can't see where mine is, so I think it may be a little crooked, so don't mimic that. Make sure your knee is out a little bit, and maybe slide your other hand to your block or towards the ground. One arm is getting tired, put it out. Push in your front foot, bring yourself up, bring your block with you. I should have done you bring your block first. Turn yourself around, readjust your feet. Maybe you stand, maybe on that side you want more room, or you want to, you feel like closing it a little bit, or maybe you're more open today. So sometimes it's psychological too, and it's great. Go with how you feel, you know. So you put your block inside, knee out a little bit. So when I say out, I mean lined up with the ankle, not bent on the other way. Place your block. Take your time here. Adjust your hips and try to bring your elbow towards your knee. Just if it helps you to keep your turn your hips towards me. And then just readjust. Here's your block. You've got it for support. If your head spinning or anything, you know where the ground is. Turn yourself forward. Just go on the ground for a little bit. Maybe a little child pose. Sit down. Whatever it works for you. And then just play with this. Add to it a little. Add to it. Shoulders goes towards the back. Tummy is tight. Your gaze doesn't have to be up. Something with your neck. Keep your neck where it's comfortable to you. So look around and find a spot where it's good. Then press in your front foot. If you're holding a block, press. And come back up. Then heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Et voila for a side angle. So it adds some fun to it, and you can mix and match those postures There's some, of course, you want a little logical progression with a little warm up and maybe a little cool down, depending how long you've been practicing. So that's our side angle in with different variation. So use the one that's for you. I was like, was I filming with the last segment with my little vest on? But I'll have to check. I'll have to check. I may have to redo it. I think I put it on after when this bit went to editing. There's a little wait before filming away again, so I think that's what happened. Okay, so let's get back to our routine and start right from the beginning. And we're gonna go all the way to almost the end of our class with Happy Baby, which we're gonna do right before the corpse pose, the Savasana, that little meditation when you're laying down. So let's start from the beginning. I want you to take your time. Go slow. So start at the end of your mat, whichever works for you. And place your feet in Mutton Pose. Big toe in a little bit. Ankle under your hips. Big, nice inhale up. Reach with your fingertip. And exhale. Tuck in your belly. Slowly come down. Ragdoll your arms, your head. Just relax. Little bend in the knees. Hands above or below the knees. Away, elbows away from the shoulders. Inhale, flat back, look straight down. And on an exhale, come down. Take as many breaths as you need in between. Inhale, back up again. And exhale. Roll your shoulders. And forward. And let's spread our legs big. Let's spread our legs big. And then just turn one foot. Make a nice stand. Heel lined up with the middle of your arch of your back foot if possible. Hips towards me. And just get lazy on one side. Maybe opening up a little bit in a triangle. Inhale, back up, pushing your front foot. Make your front foot your back foot. Again, adjust your feet if you need to. You can have a big bend in the knee if you desire here. Hips facing me, let's get in our triangle. Look up. Or look straight at me, or pick a spot, or come up a little bit. You think you went too far down. Inhale, back up. Bring the back foot towards the front foot. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend, bend, bend your knees. Grab below your, under your, around your legs. Under and around your thighs. Hug, hug, hug. Exhale, place your hands down. Relax your butt towards your heel. Look around you. Very gentle movement. Go slow. And let's get on our hands and feet. And just wag your tail here. Chin-chin's in the... I don't know if chin-chin, you can see the Nama chin-chin right in the front of the mat there, but... And Maria adjusting my knees because I think they were a little too close to my hands, but... make a little circle now. So try to make it different just a little bit each time, you know. Now press in your hand, lined up, relax. And if you need a rolled up towel under your knees, do so. And let's go in our child pose. Pick your favorite ear wherever you want to be. You can try a few. Just breathe for a moment. Inhale your chest up. Bring your hand, little side to side movement. And let's bring our hand forward, where it's comfortable for you. The V part, when the peace, love sign, that's your center here. Tuck your toes, inhale your knee up, and let's get in a nice, oh, that feels so good, in a nice down dog. Now if you want to measure your down dog, just shift forward into a plank. Bring your wrist under your shoulders and press. And that's about the distance for your standard down dog, but there's nothing wrong in shortening or you're making it a little shorter or have your heels down. That's all good. Inhale, 1 foot up, bend the knee. Oh, keep breathing in between, don't forget. And on an exhale, bring it forward and down. And if you need several movements to accomplish that, that's all cool, right? You're moving. You're moving probably even more than anybody else doing that. Tuck the back foot, press in your front knee, and let's get in Warrior One. Exhale, let's float this. Press in your front leg. Toes parallel one with the other. Make your front legs, your back leg, your front leg. And let's repeat that. Nice Warrior One. You don't have to stretch back. You can just look forward proudly. Don't forget your wall, your couch. Now try to bring your little tailbone down, like straight down a little. See how that goes. And press forward. Now let's turn. Let's make the other side. Bend your knee. Now let's get lazy on it. And open up in a nice side angle. And inhale, switch side. There's not much movement here. Bend your knee above your ankle. Get lazy here. And just open up. Open up your shoulder. If it helps, bringing your arm down, make sure that your tummy is tucked in. Look up, look at me, look at the floor, wherever your neck is relaxed. Always. And let's get into a lunge. Oh, bring your hands down. Foot goes back. Get in a little ball. And let's sit down. Move in the center of your mat. Make sure you've got room. So if you need to move your mat a little bit. We're gonna go in happy, baby. It feels so nice and it's so much fun. And this is something that you do your own thing already with what feels good with you. So bring your knee towards your chest. Give them a big hug. And roll side to side a little bit. If that's all you want to do for an happy baby, and that is fine. That is actually good. It feels good. Right? Maybe bring your chin closer here. So yes, sometimes we tend to tilt our head way back in. Now, let's bring our arms inside our legs and grab our feet, our ankle, part of our leg, anything but the knee. If you want, you can grab your big toe and then just bring your leg bend your knees towards yourself. You don't force here at all. You just go where your body wants to go, where it feels good, and you don't pass that point. Now let's add we're going to have little movement, but they're going to be your own. I'm just giving you suggestion. So your happy baby just found its big toes, and it starts getting a little movement, maybe kicking his feet, maybe not. Elbows are relaxed, nothing is locked there. Maybe the happy baby wants to be more active and starts rocking and give itself a nice back massage. Maybe spinning into yourself like that, making a circle one way and then the other. Maybe it's an happy baby that just stays still. Just inhaling, exhaling, bringing the knees closer to the armpit. Bringing the legs apart a little more. Maybe adding micro movement or not. So you pick the type of happy baby you want. And just be careful your neck and don't do anything crazy. But feel free to rock if it feels good. And pick any little movement that feels good to you. And that's all for happy baby. You can change it every time, make it completely different. And it's a good way to finish your yoga practice right before your meditation, your Savasana, if you do practice that as well. Now exhale, your knee down, and just bring your leg away from you. Oh. You want a little space, but not as big as if you're going to make a snow angel. So bring your leg a little bit closer towards another, but with a space. Here again, like I was mentioning, you want your chin closer to your chest here, so you don't have your head all tilted like that. And next thing I do, I always do a little check to make sure I'm comfortable and get everything all set. I lower my shoulders. I just bring my hands a little bit away and exhaling that. You want to adjust your shirt. After a while, those little things don't bother you as much, but make yourself comfy. And we're not going to be there very long, but this is something you can make as long as you need. So don't feel guilty if you don't like it and you want to skip it, that is okay. If you're in the yoga just for the exercise, that's cool too. You're getting something out of it. We all getting whatever we want out of this, out of how much we want, how deep we want to get. I don't get that deep in it. There's a lot of yoga philosophy that I don't observe, but I pick what's nourished me, so I want you to pick what nourishes you. So you'll relax here, and we're going to stop moving and relax everything, your hands open, maybe towards the sky or the ceiling. Maybe you want to close a little bit today. So maybe you want your hands down. Whether it's comfortable. And just breathe here without thinking about inhale and exhale. Just breathe naturally and bring your attention to your breath, just observing it as if you would observe somebody else. No judgment, just observing. Now bring your attention to your feet and your hands. Feel them getting just a little bit heavier on their own. can ask yourself how they feel, good or bad or whatever, but do not pass a judgment. No judgment. But overall, your hands, your feet are relaxed. And we're just gonna forget about our hands and our feet. And move our attention to our legs and our arms. I think I have a little doggy near me. And it's all good. And I can hear Yogito meowing too from the other floor. But no, don't more than that. Just pay attention to sounds around you. How your arms and legs feel. And just relax. You can do your whole body like that. Little bits, toes by toes, if you wish. Now again, bring your attention to your breath without changing it and without judging it. See where it travels in you when you're inhaling, how it travels and how it moves you. Now start moving your head side to side and just wiggling your toes and feet, and take your time, and if you need more time than me, and that is good. Now maybe bringing your knees to your chest if it feels good. If your eyes are still closed, you can start peeking a little bit, and peeking is fine through the entire meditation and the entire Savasana. You don't have to close your eyes all the way. Now let's turn to our right side if it's comfy and if your body allows. And just stay there for a couple breaths. The reason for that is if you just sit up too quick, you're gonna feel dizzy there. And if it does happen, just come back down, that's all. Now press with your hand and come and sit with me. Any kind of seat that's comfortable for you. Oh, and slowly open your eyes. And this completes our nice sequence for getting started. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Together we can take a deep breath up. Maybe put our hands together, exhaling our shoulders first as we bring our hands towards our heart. And if you wish, together we say Namaste.